You're going to rest your forehead down onto the towel, arms out to the side, nice and wide, okay? So you want to get those elbows as wide as you can. Now, my feet are hip width apart, the legs are nice and relaxed. So the first one we're going to do is one for the arms. We're just going to be working the arms, working the muscles in the middle of the back, okay? You're going to keep your head down on the towel the whole time. Okay, so from here, we're just going to float the arms just a little bit up off the floor, not too high. And then all you're going to do is draw the elbows down towards your hips. Get them as close as you can. And then send the arms back up into your starting position. And then you do it again. So you draw the elbows down towards your hips. And then send them back to that starting position. And again. Now, as you draw the elbows down, you could think about squeezing those shoulder blades together a little bit. Really target those muscles that sit in between the shoulder blades. That's it. We do another one. Squeeze and release. And then we can relax the arms down. So that was our first one. Now we don't need the towel for the second one, so we can move that away. We're going to rest our head on our hands. Now we want to keep the elbows as wide as we can, so just have the fingers overlapping just a little bit, and then rest your forehead down onto your hands. Now, this time we're going to do a little head float. So you're going to see if you can float your head and your breastbone just a little bit off the mat, not too high, just a couple of inches. So from here, we're going to keep looking down at the mat the whole time. And then you're just going to float your head, float the breastbone just a little bit, and then lower everything back down again. And then we do it again. So we breathe out, float the head, float the breastbone just a little, and then lower back down. So you can see I'm not coming up too high at all, just a little bit. Now, a good tip on this one is to make sure you're not putting any extra stress and strain through the neck, is to keep looking down at the mat the whole time. So you've got that nice straight neck at the back there. Okay, let's just do one more. And then we can lower the head down. Wonderful. Okay, now let's have a look at the legs. We'll make it a little bit more interesting now. So we're going to bring the legs together. So you've got our feet and knees touching. We're going to do a double leg kick. So what we're going to do here, we're going to keep the head down onto the hands again. All you're going to do is you're going to kick your feet up. You're going to want to get them as close to your bum as you can. And then lower them all the way back down. Now on this exercise, it seems nice and simple. It is. It's quite straightforward. But you've got to make sure that you keep your hip bones down into the mat. Don't let your hips lift out of the mat on this one. Okay, nice and steady, nice and controlled. Here we go. So we're going to kick the feet up as high as we can. And then lower them back down. And again, so see if you can keep the hips down into the mat as you kick the legs up. Nice and controlled all the way down. Here we go. Last one. Kick the feet up and back down. Wonderful. Okay, so can we add those legs in to our little head float move as well? So this time we'll put the two together. We're going to kick the legs up first, and then we're going to float the head and breastbone. So let's have a look at it. We'll start with the legs. So shoulders are down, elbows still nice and wide, legs are super glued together, hips are down into the mat. And then we're going to kick the feet up nice and steady. And then we're going to lower them all the way down again. Once they're down on the mat, let's float the head and breastbone just a little bit up off the mat. And then lower back down. And again, off we go. We're going to kick the feet up nice and steady. And then lower back down. And again, float the head. And lower. Wonderful. Let's do a couple more. Kick the legs up, nice and controlled as you lower them down. And as you float that head, you still want to be looking down at the mat. Here we go, one more time. Kick the feet up and lower back down. Last little head float And